Hey, so sadly, this is not this is a viewer discretion advised video. If you can't handle topics like death and loss, then please click away from the video. This video is about Red King and his tragic passing. If you didn't know who Red King was, he was the owner of the Red Room SCP server. And yeah, this is a pretty sad video, and if you can't handle stuff like death and loss, then I recommend you click off. This video is the memorial that a bunch of streamers, including me, UV Blacklight, MNSB, Classless Book, and etc. held to memorize him. And I just thought, I archived the entire thing so people can know about this. But yeah, it's very tragic what happened to Red because of heart problems. But yeah, I hope the family's okay. And this is again a viewer discretion advised. And this is the memorial for him.
All right,
Camera on, boys, I love you.
all right, boys. Welcome to the Brady Bunch.
So are we just like chilling here and just talking about like all of our experiences with Red or something like that?
Maybe like
Right.
give a few words.
That would be.
Also, I can't hear Grave if he's not talking.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking at all. I was just moving my
Okay.
lips.
Okay, you're like freaking me out.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I can
that's
see
a
why.
that's a number one way you piss off a deaf person. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I know. It reminds me of this joke. Oh, what was it? Where it's like
It is so
where
fucked
it's
up. I
like
swear to
a
God.
deaf grandma and how to fuck with them. You just like
sorry,
mouth
what?
your lips and wait for them to turn it up. And then you try and get the dog to do it, so they just go.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
The dog.
How did
I
you
was-
disable the
I
camera?
I wasn't.
being another dog.
So you go to your webcam and hit
Hold on.
the gear for
Hold-
that.
Oh, hold on. Let me guide. All right, so they're trying to activate their webcam on here. All right, so to activate your webcam on Discord, you're gonna have to first go to your video capture device on your recording studio. I have Streamlabs OBS. You're gonna
I do too.
you're gonna want to disable it on the
Yeah, I can't do
streaming
it on
studio
two
first.
places.
All right, and then after which you just click video in the Discord server. That's really all you do. You
Do you
gotta
know where
disable.
The disable button is? I just see remove.
All right,
Just
so
the one with an eye,
It should say
the
like
part that's
deactivate. It should say like
the
deactivate.
thing
Oh,
that
yeah,
looks
just
like
the
an
eye, that's
eye.
it?
Yeah,
What's
Yeah.
happening here? Are
they're
we
trying
doing
to
anything
do
yet?
the camera
We're
thingy.
becoming the
Alright,
Brady
if we're all
Bunch.
ready, then we're ready.
Yet.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
wait,
I'm
here's
gonna
what-
go back into
Hang on one
IRL
second.
general and
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna
Alright.
scroll back into IRL general and
Alright,
show you and give you a little peek on a little conversation I had with
One
Red
sec, be right back.
on like May the 4th.
I need to ask.
wait, are
I
you
need to ask Coffee something.
They're just
Yeah.
Also,
So
where's-
so
where's
Coffee.
My
What are you
was
using?
just-
Stream? Are you
My
using stream?
solution was to end my stream and then restart my stream.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I mean-
that works too.
Yeah, I mean, if
Alright,
you,
And let's see if we can get Bullish to go either first or second because he has to go.
Yeah.
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 We're just where the hell is water bottle?
Let me
I'm gonna open up fucking Discord Canary so I can do this.
Alright, there we go. We should be Jimmy Golden now, boys.
Gonna put on.
All
That's
right,
not
show
my
you
line.
his
Coffee,
back.
you have quite the
All right, so
forehead.
you can see
yeah,
the.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so you can
I have
see
quite
the
the
screen. Yeah.
hairline too.
Yeah, I
Alright,
can
but
see the
We're
screen.
not here to talk about that.
My chat can't
Wait,
see
hang
it,
on. Should we talk about that
unfortunately.
later
Yeah, I wish I
though?
could let
Oh,
them,
wait. Okay.
Talk about what?
All
I
right.
thought we were like
Or,
taking
hold on.
turns.
I think I have an idea. I think I have an
Who's going-
alt-
I feel
I think I have a
like we-
solution for this.
Are we gonna
Hold
wait
on.
for UV and water bottle, or should we just start?
We should probably.
There we go.
UV,
Alright.
okay, UV
should
just left
probably
the
wait.
server actually.
All right, so
Really?
all right, so
Really?
here's
Oh.
the conversation starter that happened on May the 4th, 2021. If you even
I'm
if
here now.
even one of you have tried this, then you're a god that can survive lava being poured on your body. This is supposed to be the hottest hot sauce in the world. Also uses extracts of pepper, so beware.
Where's this going?
The final answer. That's what the name of it is.
All right, so I have some,
Yeah.
I have some nice music
Yeah.
playing in the background on my end.
Dream Destroyer responds with, I tried it once or something with a similar name and had a drop and then recoiled in pain after a few minutes, even though I had a very, very high spic tolerance.
So, is Bullish
And
ready?
then Red King, like,
Yeah.
responds with,
Yeah.
wake,
Here.
and then shows an image of the Beyond Insanity hot sauce, and I simply respond with, minuscule, because that's... Because Beyond Insanity is not as bad as the final answer. Yeah.
Damn.
He then responds with, is that the wrong one? I have Ghost Pepper Challenge chips if you want those. It is indeed the sauce from the hot ones, but almost everyone that's tried the final answer has said that it's much hotter than all of the Da Bomb sauces. This is the only Da Bomb sauce I've ever owned. No worries. I'll ask my dad if he can order the final one. If you've had a lot of it in the past, it'll well prepare you for if you somehow you get on the hot ones, which unfortunately never happened.
Sad.
Yeah. I'll put like 6 drops in my noodles if I use it. I'd recommend, at least with that bottle. Same goes for the final answer one.
I have
Just
a
one
question.
drop
You guys-
will burn your mouth.
You guys are live,
Final
correct?
answer is about
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Yeah,
live.
some of them are live.
How do you have
1.5
your
billion on the
webcams on
Scoville scale.
Discord?
Beyond
Oh,
Insanity is about
we
135,000.
deactivated our webcam.
We turn
Well,
them
please
off
extract
on
pepper.
stream and then just
I have-
we're video capping.
Now I want to try
I
it
have
because
virtual
there's no
camera.
hot
I was
sauce
gonna
I won't
say,
try.
Oh yeah, I
Hey,
forgot. You
hey,
have to.
You showed me.
One at a time. One at a time.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so-
do.
so-
Y'all are reading the little
uh,
y'all are reading the little conversation me and Red King had before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want to try because there's no hot sauce I won't try. Set with Red Thing. Same here. Now you know what really sucks?
All right, Bullish.
I poured some of the sauce
Yeah.
in some food and then rubbed it in my eye. Never again.
Oh, jeez. All right,
Yeah,
so
that
way to
happens to
use
me
it?
as well, alright?
So-
Almost
so-
fucking went blind.
I'm
From
sorry
simple
for
contact
being
with a dry bit
late.
of the bottle.
it's
When
all
I
right.
get bored,
it's all
I always
right.
wash my hands immediately after handling that shit.
Are you guys
Alright,
switching to just
yikes.
chatting, or are you gonna
You've met
oh,
with a terrible
yeah,
fate,
yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
All right, yeah, we all need to switch to just chatting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do the same.
Bullish has to go shortly. So
Yeah.
Bullish
Yeah,
has
Yeah,
to go.
let
Bullish
Bullish go
next.
first.
I'm sorry to rush you, Meta, but
Yeah,
yeah,
Meta.
we need
Alright.
we need Bullish.
Bullish just has to
Well-
has yes, yeah.
All right, hey, let Bullish have his turn now.
I've
Okay,
already
so
visited
so
just chatting as
so
well.
I'm gonna all that I ask is when I'm doing this, just like let me go through it. I ask just for no interruption because this is kind of a little deeper. So
Yes.
just to convey the mood, I just would respectfully ask, don't interrupt while I'm doing this. So interesting thing about been thinking about this when this happened. Tragic, horrible thing that happened. And interesting thing that the sad part about life is that we don't tend to realize how fragile it is until it's gone. And so a lot of times that manifests from somebody that's close to us or a family member as such. We don't realize how much we cherish our relationships in life until they're no longer. And I thought a lot about when this happened. It was a shock finding out. I can't imagine what the family's going through. I know the community's mourning his loss, but I especially can't imagine the shock to the family. I mean, the thing is I think it's so hard when you're young because when you're young, you're nothing but potential in life. You have nothing but potential at the trajectory that you're going. And from talking to Red King, or I'm going to call it, his real name is Roman, right? Okay.
Right.
So I want to address him as that during this. It's more personable. So Roman, I didn't know him like, in real life. But I spoke with him. And from what I knew of him, I was very impressed by what he had accomplished at such a young age in his life. I can't say I know that when I was his age, I'm older, obviously, I'm probably one of the oldest ones here. I did not accomplish what he did, having a community of thousands of members, having influence of all those people, having the ambition to then go beyond that. I remember I had talks with him and I told him individually, I am so impressed with what you have done with your life because I could not say I did the same when I was your age. And so I was really impressed by what he had done with his life. And it breaks my heart to see that he won't be able, that the potential and the dreams and the ambitions that I talked about with him, he can't himself fulfill. But I think the key in is that the memory that he gave us all of who he is, especially with what he'd accomplished, his ambitions in life, that stays with us, and we can use that to one, remember him, remember who he was, and continue his legacy, but then also remember that we ourselves have potential too, and have the opportunity to continue with our lives and to fulfill that. And I'm sure that what he would want is for us to seek to grow and to have goals, have ambitions, grow and achieve what we can, because because we all have the opportunity to continue with our lives. And it doesn't make the fact that him passing on doesn't make it any easier. But what it does is it helps us to realize how precious life is and the impact that we can have on others. And I strongest condolences go out to the family, what they went through and what they're continuing to go through. But know that there's a lot of people that looked up to him, miss him, and will cherish and hold on to those memories that they had with him, and that he's not lost forever. Not only is he not lost forever in our minds for what we remembered him as, but I don't believe he himself is lost forever either, and lives on. So I say this, kind of wanted to say something a little deeper, that remember him for who he was, and remember that we have our lives ahead of us, and to make the best of it. Because I sure as heck remember that he wanted to do that he himself had ambitions for his life. And if there's something that can remember, that's what sticks with me, because that's an attribute that is I was quite impressed by. So let's continue to honor him in our minds, remember who he was, and remember that he lives on our minds, and I believe he lives on himself. So thanks, guys.
Well said.
That was well said.
What's
That
that?
Yeah.
was well said. Oh my
Extraordinary.
god. I was thinking that entire time, like, damn.
Damn. Was that on a script, Bullish, or was that actually
No.
from your heart?
That's from heart.
Damn.
That was real good.
Damn.
That
That was actually really
fucking
good.
That was really amazing.
So, let's just take this time. I unfortunately have to take care of some things, but I wasn't this whole week. When I found out last Sunday when it happened, I was just contemplating on, like, gosh, like the unfortunate, and how unfortunate and how unfair life can seem at sometimes. And it's not fair. I mean, he was young. He just graduated high school. I mean, it's horrible. And, but the unfortunate part of life is life has a lot of suffering in it. But I think what matters is how we struggle and push through that suffering. Is that suffering is in the moment seemingly unbearable and seemingly impossible to get through. But if we can push through it, and if you've ever felt joy in your life, true joy, those moments of joy, it makes all those moments of suffering worth it to get through. This is probably one of the worst moments of suffering you can experience in your life. And I'm speaking to the family there. Having, especially a child, pass away, I can't imagine anything worse than that. And can't say that I understand it because I've never experienced that, but I can only imagine the emptiness that is felt. I want to let you know that there's a lot of people that cherish the interactions with him and are here to support and do emotionally and whatever they can to help out, and that we will all remember him, and that we ourselves will remember him, and with our interactions in life, try to push ourselves to pursue the potential that he sought in his. So that's all I have to say there. I'll let you guys have the floor now, but thanks for giving me that.
Bye, Bullish.
That was
See you guys.
Thank you for
Bye,
joining.
Bullish. Thank you for
have a good
coming.
night.
Thank you for coming, Henry.
Thank you for
See you,
coming.
buddy. Have a good night, bud.
Have a
Yeah,
good
see you too.
night.
Have a good night, man.
Those were
Have a
wonderful
good night.
words.
What a guy.
What a dude, man.
Yeah.
What a
Yep.
person.
What a guy.
Honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I guess I'll go.
All right,
Okay.
class. Let's take the floor, mister.
Well, the reason, why I just wanted to have this like bring everybody here together is because he kind of, oh god, I'm already getting emotional. He brought us all together, like in a way, like we all knew him, and the reason, like, god damn, I don't know what to say. The Red Room was kind of like my like running away from life, just cause I don't know, just like life always like had me down and whatnot. But I kind of like Reddking and like the Red Room kind of brought kind of like this family out of all of us, and like kind of it's how I met like a lot of you. It's how I met Quecken, Coffee, Iron, Meta, Blacklight. It's how I met probably a lot of you. And I can't. I wish I could thank him for this, because this is kind of what I like to do. I just like hanging out with the boys, and he was one of us. And that's kind of just why I want to bring us all together. And oh my god, I'm actually crying. But yeah, that's kind of just what I want to say is thank you, Reddking, and I'm sorry for the family, because being a teenager myself, and being younger than him, about to graduate high school, it's just like, oh my god, because like usually like when you think of death, you think of like dying like 80, 90, like having a rich full life, but he never got to really have that. And he actually, like Bullish had a lot of potential. He had like everyone with him and everybody by his side, and he never got to really fulfill his wishes. So yeah, that's really all I gotta say.
That was good, class. That's good. Nah, man, I feel you, because I was always with you guys and chilling out with you guys and playing with you guys. So we're
It's
in
kind of
like
it's kind of like my home away from home.
right.
Like
Blacklight, do you want to go?
yeah, Blacklight.
I suck with talking, but I mean, I could. I just
If I can do it, you can too. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Let's go.
I mean, the whole thing is I don't just suck with talking. I just suck with when it comes to emotions and stuff like that. But I try to, because the problem is when it comes to loss like this, I'll be sitting there and I'll think like, wow, that happened. And then like a few days later, I'll be sitting there just thinking about like I'll take into consideration and actually force myself to think about a loss. And I imagine like, I don't know, simple things like hearing him in a VC the time I talk to him or playing a game with him. And then it starts to realize like that's not happening again. And that's when it starts to hit like wow. it's hard to put it like even in your brain, like it's hard to contain it as an actual thought that like this has happened. And that's one of the worst. That's one of the hardest parts about it. But on the flip side, one of the things you can look up to is the community that he built and left behind in the process. Like half the people we know now, we wouldn't have known if he wasn't here. I mean, well, I started playing on his server, and I tried to partner with. It was the first SCP server I'd ever played on, first one I'd ever been banned from, and it was just really cool to.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Like
I know I have.
him giving me
The
that
only one that
chance.
was never banned from that server.
I was
Banned.
never banned.
I was never banned either.
But
I was never banned.
There's a
Brag
very
about
good
it.
chance I could have been though.
Okay, you can continue. Sorry.
It's okay.
Continue,
Okay.
yeah.
Him giving me that chance in the beginning, like honestly, got me to meeting all of you guys and getting I mean, I still talk to a lot of you guys still, and it's just crazy to think that it's like I don't know. I'm still trying to put it all together in my head. It's like a puzzle that hasn't been finished. Because the thing is, like, what else is there? I felt bad because I hadn't really talked to him for a few months before this. And so that's sort of one of the things that hits really hard when I'm sitting there and just in the silence thinking. Because I feel like, because I was even like, I wanted to go back and start to talk to him again. I have friends who I haven't even talked to in a while that I showed I introduced them to Red Room, and then I come back and they're like, "Oh my god, seriously?" Like an old friend that I knew in real life, I showed the Red Room. They don't even play SCP; they just liked being there, and they asked about my status, and I told them about Red, and they were like in shock. So even the people that don't play SCP or don't play the game are affected in different ways. People who are friends of friends and things like that, far extensions. It's just I don't know. My speech is more of a jumble of thoughts because that's mainly just how I am by default. But I miss him when I think about it. And when I sit there and just think about what we used to have, it just hurts that it can't be repeated. So we just got to live forward with what we have and keep moving because that's going to make his life worth it if we let him live through us, essentially. I don't. If I think of anything else, I might try and pop in at the end, but that's really all I have for now.
Well said. Well said.
Oh, that's good. You.
Iron, you want to go? Iron, you want to go?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was busy looking at something.
You can pass
This
if you want.
this was from my 400 follower special. I remember that for the whole time I did that drunk stream, I was in the Red Room. I had the time of my life. It was where the Legion began. Without the Red Room, the Iron Legion would never be here in the first place. Because that's where I started my stream. That's where I started my profession. Now, my last message to Red. Give me a moment so I can show you. I have a lot of messages so I may need to just scroll down for a minute. So, give me a moment, I'm sure. There it is. Now, this was on the 7th. Just keep that in mind. This was on the 7th. And, well, to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, it started out when, Reddking reintroduced me to Gary's mod. And I'm not gonna lie. When I played Gary's mod, Trouble in Terrorist Town, and Prop NATO, I was having the time of my life. The gist of the message is that I asked him when he wanted to play Gmod again. He told me he wasn't able to do it because he was sick on that day. I was basically talking to him about like in future games, like future streams, or whenever he wanted to play it. I'd definitely be down for doing. I didn't know that. Oh God, I didn't know that would be my last message with him. Because I've I'm sorry. I need a moment.
That's fine. That's
Take
fine.
your time, man. Yeah. Yeah, we're all with you, man.
We're
I
all,
felt it. I feel it, man.
I say we're all.
I started so much shit in that server, you know? I got banned. I got banned a few times. I had my fun doing it, and but I never had the chance to truly say thank you to him, you know? I never had the chance to just tell him thank you so much for like just having your server in the first place, because without you, there would be no Legion.
I don't think there would have been any
We
of us.
we would have no I would have no community to just sit and laugh with, just talk with. See, because beforehand my priorities were twisted. But the more I streamed, the more I had fun. I just realized that this community I'm in, it means the world to me. It's just I just wish I had a chance to tell him thank you. But I've lost that chance now because, well, he's gone. There's not much that I can really say aside from that, because that's really my number one regret. I never had a chance to say thank you so much. I just wish I had that chance. That's all. That's kind of where I'm going to finish it, because I don't know what else to say. Because
Can I say before we go on to the next person, we have Iron. Do you mind if we get Jar Jar in here, because he also said he has something he wants to say?
Impy would like to join as well. Can I give her
All
an
right.
invitation?
Yeah. Bring Impy. We'll bring Impy and Jar Jar, and that'll be it.
Okay.
That was good, by the way, Aaron. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Would you mind if I go next?
Go for it,
Or
bro.
does anyone
Yeah, go
else
for
want
it.
to-
Go for it.
Go for it, man. All you.
All right. So I just want to say, first off, the way I met the Red Room it was the second server I ever played on, and I like the community, but the first time I ever met Red was when I was a microscopic streamer. I'm talking like 5 followers, and UV was like showing me a lot of love, supporting me and all that. He actually semi introduced me to Red because they were hanging out in Jack or just GAC, and then well, I realized, oh, that's the owner of Red Room. So I was like really surprised. And me being a tier 3 simp for him back then, I was like I tried to impress them both. And then it just went radio silent for like a few months. Then like 2-3 months ago, I start really getting into Red Room again. Like I realized I hadn't played on it, so I decided to play on it on stream. And I forgot just how fun it was. So then, yeah, I DM'd Red asking if I could become one of the server streamers, which he said yes to. And that's the first time he ever yelled at me because I started messing around a little bit too much. And so yeah, and then it's crazy to me because me and him were talking, and I'm gonna go with what Iron did. My last DM with Red. If I'm not mistaken, hey, let me share my screen real quick. My 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 last DM with him was asking if I could kick somebody because they had a name that really offended me. And if I would have known that would have been my last DM with him. That's That's not the way I would want to go out. And it's just upsetting that I was getting really good friends with him. And all of a sudden, he's just gone. Like, it's not fair. He had his whole life ahead of him, you know? It's just not. It's just not something you ever want to experience, you know?
Yeah, I can
It,
get that.
Yeah.
it just happens out of nowhere. And then now, right as that happened, when I was mourning, I for some reason I just look at my roles, and I see that my mod application was accepted. So it's just absolutely mind blowing to me that how one thing started out from me looking up to UV blacklight, and just how that led me down a whole path that I never expected to go down at all. From anger to sorrow to like discovery, you know? So that's just my jumble of words thrown together.
Good job,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's funny is like we all have like a very similar kind of story where Red kind of, you know, opened his arms to us.
Yeah.
Right.
And kind of like brought us together.
When I was streaming, we were playing SCP earlier. I got a little emotional and I was talking to chat. And the analogy I used was I said, well, we all wanted to stream, so we got into like a boat, right? And we got in a lake or whatever, and we were on the shore in a boat. And Reddking came along and gave us the push, and he pushed us out into the sea of streaming. We were doing our thing, and you know, he really helped us and got us launched and going. And he was a great foundation, and that was wonderful, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I still remember the nickname I had for him. You know, during the first times when, you know, we were getting to know each other better. You know the SCP knows the Scarlet King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the nickname I gave for him. I can tell that even though he had yelled, I can tell that there was genuine joy when he was doing it, because we all thought it was funny.
I mean, I remember the stupid. I remember when I first joined the server, it was like I was just looking because I was just getting into SCP and all that, and I was just looking for, you know, servers to like, I don't know, just like chill out and like hang out in, and that's where I met Iron. And Iron, for some reason, I don't know why, like he thought my laugh was hilarious, and I was like, I mean, thank you. But it was weird to me, but I still remember the whole debacle that we had, the whole fake this is gonna be embarrassing, but like the whole fake, like I mean I wouldn't call it fake, obviously, but the wedding for me and Larry, that whole thing. The Iron's laughing. I can see him laughing.
Damn it.
But yeah,
I'm
I
proud of Smart
remember
down
he
there.
like organized the whole thing and made it look like an actual wedding, and it was like hilarious. And I don't know. It's just with me because recently because before I met Red and I met the whole Legion, I was kind of in like I was just, I don't know, like in real life, I was just alone. I was upset. I was dealing with a bunch of issues, but meeting Legion and just coming on stream and just like being there just made me happy because I felt like I could just, let go and actually be who I want to be instead of having to put up a front for everybody. And I'm sorry if I'm crying so much. It's just,
Fine.
it's hard.
We all
It really is
understand.
hard.
We all understand. It's been hard. For
But-
It's not even an
good.
apology. We all.
Yeah,
Hell, I'm
but
crying myself a little bit.
Yeah, same.
I remember all the stupid comments that he would make and all the all the jokes about Larry that he would make, and I remember looking back at that and just being angry, like fake angry, not really like actually mad, but like no. I don't even know if I should mention this on stream.
I'm
Remember
afraid.
Just make
depends.
sure it follows TOS, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
please, sure. Yeah,
depends.
please don't kick us off Twitch.
I'm
Please
not
don't get us
trying to
banned.
take you off track.
As you
I'll
say.
use,
How
I'll
about
use
this one
code
time?
word.
It's okay, just this one time.
Okay,
time.
he was.
Yeah,
Like, I remember like him asking, like, I remember him and a bunch of other people asking me like after the whole like quote unquote wedding thing, just like, so when's the baby shower, and me getting all mad, and I was like, what the heck? It was such a kid, and then Red went along with it, and he was like, yeah, and B, when's the baby shower? I'm not having.
Oh
It
God.
was so stupid, but yeah. I remember
You
hearing
have
it.
DeviantArt coursing through everyone's veins with that statement.
Ugh, God, I'm not.
I'm not gonna lie,
Back to
MP.
DeviantArt. You can't make me go back. I ain't going
Right.
back to jail, man.
I'm
I
not
ain't
gonna
going
lie,
back.
MP. If you were to have Larry's baby, I'm pretty sure your womb would be destroyed.
Oh.
Oh
You're
no!
not-
We're going off
become
track.
another
We're going off
dimension.
track, everybody. We're going off track.
TOS, TOS, TOS,
All right,
TOS.
Yeah,
TOS, I got
can,
my
can,
SOS.
can I realize in a bit,
TOS,
with
SOS.
everybody talking about their last message to Red, granted, I never really ever DM'd him, but the one thing that I really ever DM'd him and we kind of talked about was when he had the tournament for Bullish, and we just kind of had to interact. We got to be like excited for something, and I just wish that like, and also like in the chat we also like we talked about like maybe we could like do this again, like have a tournament, we could all have a good time, but it's just gonna feel weird without him, you know? Just gonna
It's gonna be real weird. I don't know what
Yeah.
you just did. It's surreal. It came out of left field, you know.
especially since like a month ago my dog died and then this happened. It's just like what the fuck, man?
Yeah, I haven't been in the best mental state. Now, I'm not going to say why on stream because I feel like I would be giving away too much information, but yeah, it's just I wasn't the best mentally, and just after hearing this, I just kind of crumbled a little. I just kind of died inside a little.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Jar Jar, I know you had something you wanted to say. Jar Jar, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll go. I'll try not to get emotional.
Also, I'll save your video till the end to end it off. By the way.
All right. Well, I'm not really the speech guy, but I'll try to take this from heart. When I got my first PC, the first server I played on, the Red Room. Well, it was the Red Room I played. The community now that I'm in with Iron, Emphy, and Grave, which I still hate that he killed me with the Tesla gate. I'm happy that I'm in this because of Red. When I got up that day and went to the Iron Legion, I was devastated by the news that Red was gone. It devastated me, and I couldn't process that he was gone. It truly struck me, and I didn't know what to do for that day. I went to the memorial today, and I'm not gonna lie, I did cry a little bit. The speeches he gave, his father, his mom, it really impacted a lot of people. Me and him weren't messaging a lot. The only time I messaged him was to be a Twitch streamer, but that never happened, it looks like. All I want to say is that you've been a great friend. I hope heaven treats you well, and we'll try to carry on a legacy that you brought.
Well
And that's
said.
all. Well said. Very well said.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Quecken, do you want to go? Quecken?
Fucking here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Like a word, dude. You haven't spoke.
It's been quiet.
like most, but I'm not well with words.
I love me some Buck.
So I'll try to do my best here.
I have a few things to say as well.
If it weren't for Red, I wouldn't be here with you guys. You guys honestly are the best people I've ever met online. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have met you guys. And I wish he was right here right now, and I can thank him for that. I didn't really talk to him as much, but every single time I went into a VC with him, he just, I have a lot of fun with him. Because all he was trying to do is make people have a fun time in the SCPSL and anything else he'd want to set up. I wish I could say thank you to him.
I think we all could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You help me, bro. I really do.
All right, Meta, you said you had something to say?
Him, you being coffee, helped me grow a lot.
Meta, didn't you say you had something you wanted to say as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, when I was playing SCP Secret Laboratory for the very first time, I believe, I was server surfing and I saw the Red Room. I joined one of the servers and was opened into a world with a wonderful community. That was where I discovered Reddking and the Red Room community. They welcomed me into a wonderful kingdom come and allowed me the privilege of making multiple friends, including Iron, Coffee, Classless, and many more upon my arrival. Reddking was my inspiration for me to return to the streaming grind. A bunch of other streamers were also the cause as well, but it was mostly Reddking and the Red Room who helped me back onto my paces. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I would be where I am now. Reddking did so much in his 18 years of life, and everything that he did brought joy to those who loved him and to those that he loved. If he never created the Red Room, nobody in this room would be where they are. Even if Reddking didn't get to do everything he wanted, he got to do everything he deserved to do. He made an ever-loving community. He made the communities of his followers, including mine, Iron, Coffees, Quekins, Class Lists, UV Blacklights, etc.
Well, not really mine, but.
He added fuel to all of our fires, and it were for the good. He would do anything to keep his community happy, and that is exactly what he did. I've experienced the passing of a loved one before, and the only thing I was able to do was to try not and think about it too much, because if I did, it would make me more and more sad the more I thought about it. The sudden news of Reddking's passing sent the unfortunate realization that I lost somebody that helped me stream again through my body, my soul, and my heart. He was here for everyone, and I am going to go with what Iron said. I never had the chance to say thank you before the dastardly thing we call heart complications pulled his plug. My very last message with him was the question of what pet commands are available in SCP Secret Laboratory. This was on the exact same day me and him had the conversation of what hot sauces we were after. Unfortunately, he never responded. I never knew this would be my final message with him. I never realized I gave him my final words until it was too late. I never realized he had a heart problem until it was too late. I never realized something was wrong until it was too late. I never realized he was gone until it was too late. That's all I have to say. Long live Red King.
Long live Red King.
Long live Red King.
Yep.
Yeah.
Long live the king.
They also have one message that, it's from a long time ago. The last thing he ever messaged me, but I'm gonna wait for after the stream to show you because it may be it may be against TOS. Actually, it is
I also have a
against
story
TOS.
to share, but it's like against TOS, so.
Okay.
Was
Let's try and keep it.
Can I post it in general? Just don't show it on your streams.
Okay. I'll look at it later. I'll look at it later.
Yeah, well, let's do that later.
I got it.
Yeah.
You know what you can do? You
TOS.
can post it in general. We can open it on our phones.
Tony, do you got anything you want to say, Tony?
Let me get it real quick.
I'm gonna
Let
be like
everyone else do their thing, and I'll talk at the end.
Okay.
I gotta go unlock the door, clones. If I get home from work, hang on.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to share? Joe? I know you got in here late, Joe. But,
I
do you
can
wanna...
go if you want.
Anything you want to say, man?
I can go
Wait,
if you
Jay,
want.
yeah, Jay, you want to go?
Yeah. So I sadly it's like really nice to be here, but I sadly didn't know him personally. But I do have like really good things to because of his server. It was legitimately the first server I ever joined when I downloaded SCP so long ago. And it was because I saw Kaif playing it, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna download this game. And then right when I opened up the game, I was so confused, and it said join servers. And one server I saw was called the Red Room, and I'm like, wow, that's a really cool name. I'm gonna join it. And I did that. I played on it all the time when I was playing SCP. Then a couple times I would actually like record those videos. Those were my first videos I ever posted of SCP on my channel, and it meant the world for me. But then when I was doing all that, I kind of got tired of recording and doing YouTube. So with that, I uninstalled SCP and didn't install it back until a year later when I got reinvested in the game. And I accidentally set my settings back, so because I got a new computer too, so I did not remember what the server was, and because I kept putting it in Red Room, and since I didn't put it in all caps, I never got the server back again, and man, I just feel so sad I didn't know anything about this because from what I've been hearing, he was such a good man, and if he if he wasn't the man he was, then half of you guys wouldn't even be here, and if you guys weren't here, then I wouldn't even be here either, because you guys were the ones who basically got me back into doing YouTube and eventually streaming, and it just means so much that he was able to help you guys throughout all that. And we may have those laughs, those giggles, and we may do stuff we regret, but you know it's really nice that he helped us out in basically a lot of ways. And yeah, I hope he finds peace where he is.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, JK.
Yep.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Waterball, do you have anything you want to say?
I will say something, but I have to grab food. So can it wait?
Oh,
like,
okay.
5 minutes?
All right. Does
Can I
anybody?
say something, Francis?
Okay. Okay, Coffee. You want to say something?
I'm super thankful for my time with Red, and I've been streaming for a couple of years, and when I first got on there and I started hang on. Somebody might have to take over. I think my girlfriend might be locked outside. I'm so sorry, but it's the worst time.
It's all
Give me
good.
just a second.
It's all right. Okay. Do we have anybody else that wants to go?
All I can say is just I wish I got to know Red a little more than I did.
Yeah.
And it's really sad and just really hard for me to take in this news, but it's just
Is everything good with your girlfriend?
She was totally locked out. She was totally 100% locked out.
Oh my god.
She's live.
What the fuck are you two talking about?
His girlfriend is
His
locked
girlfriend.
outside.
His girlfriend was locked out of their house.
That's why.
That's a rip.
Okay, Coffee, you were saying?
I'm super thankful for my time with Red, and when I first went into the Red Room and he gave me that streamer role, it was kind of like a partnership kind of thing, and it wasn't, I didn't expect there to be, we're friends, but I didn't think it would grow into what we would come to know over the course of those 2 years, and that was just at first, and we would play and we would do our thing, and Red would come into my community all the time, and even when I wasn't streaming, he'd want to be a part of it, and he'd want to play with me, and he'd want to play with us. And and what was so hard about all this is, as we said, Red helped build all this, and a punch to the Red Room community is a punch to my community, and it's a punch to all your communities, because it consists of the same people, and it's awfully hard. And I'm thankful that I got to spend so much time, playing all these games with Red and having all these laughs and these good times, and I'm glad that I got to spend that time with them. And it's tough because we all wish we could say more, and we all wish, because just hindsight, you wish you could tell him how much he meant to you and how much he really, you appreciate all the things they did for you, and even just the moments of casual free play gaming. It just, you're gonna remember those moments, and you're gonna be thankful for those moments. So yeah, guys, thank you.
Okay, Waterball, you want to go?
Yes, because I have my food now. I'm gonna turn my camera on, but since I don't like showing my face, it's gonna be pointed down. So click on my screen if you want. Okay.
It's gonna be pointed at your crotch, isn't it?
Yeah.
Crotch cam, got it.
Yeah, crotch cam.
Oh, TOS, TOS, TOS.
Sorry.
Shut down the stream.
TOS, 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 TOS.
Who do you think you are? You look like Eddie's brother from Eddie and Eddie.
Well, actually,
Never shows
until the
his
movie.
Okay.
Do you have a name?
Oh, you like the back?
Okay.
Okay.
Cheers.
Oh.
The movie.
I'm not very good at saying emotions or like sounding like I'm emotional. I'm kind of a very boring person. You know how I'm a streamer, but besides that, basically, Red kind of started or like helped my Twitch career. Coughing, UV, and Red helped my Twitch career grow massively. UV because you rated me a lot and promoted my channel a lot. Coughing because you rated and talked about my channel a lot. And Red was a mega part of my career because he partnered me, so I was allowed to promote my channel. And I never got to say thank you for that. I think the only time I ever said thank you was when he gave me streamer role when I hit 100 followers, and that still bugs me. Because now that I'm at 300 followers, I wish I could have said, wow, thank you. You have given me such a big community that I thought I would never have. Because a couple months before I hit 100 followers, I was getting 1 viewer, maybe 0 viewers, and I was doing like 12-hour streams of Subnautica. And I didn't even get far. I don't think I ever got to the Aurora. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have a lot because I'm not good at this type of stuff. I'm sorry.
No, good.
Yeah, it's
You're
fine.
fine.
I don't think a lot of us are good at this.
Yeah, we're all with you, man. We all feel you. We're all there.
I also want to say, when like Red, like granted he didn't like help me as much as like you guys did, but I feel like the moments I've had with like Red and like the multiplayer-ness of like that Red was helping us actually like brought like the best out of my streams and actually content that I actually enjoyed. So I wish I could have actually like thanked him for that.
Yeah, man.
Because he was kind of like the host of all of our like
was
things. So
me and you, man. Me, you, Red. Iron was there very often too.
Iron, Iron's there. Maybe sometimes Grave and Impy
And
sometimes.
it brought the best out of our community, and everyone was just always smiling and having fun. And whether we were streaming or not, we were having a blast. And Red enabled that. And it's just I'm super thankful. So I feel you, dude. 100%.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I'm just happy that I found people that could put up with my bullshit, because it's just
Same.
I'm just normally I'm off the walls, like bouncing and screaming, but like 2 things. 1, I'm just really upset right now, and 2, my throat hurts like severely. I think I might have a sinus infection actually, so it's just but enough about me. Sorry about that.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that if I hadn't found the Red Room and met Red, I'm pretty sure I would never have, met Iron because, I tended to server hop a lot. Well, actually, I was in communities of servers until there was a server called Moseman Gaming. I was on there for a while until, it got terminated because Moseman retired from making servers on SAP. Then I went on to a guy named Graves Network, hosted by a guy called Grave. Not the
How
same.
ironic.
No relations.
There
No
was
relation.
This guy
there was a meme going there.
I promise.
He actually called me the second Grave basically.
Little
Then
Grave.
that eventually shut down due to budget costs. Then that's when I came on to Red Room eventually. Then there's also Dr. Brights, but mainly Red Room.
Yeah, same
Ba-
here.
Basically, then I met Iron, and I don't know how my first trolling went with Iron because I like troll Twitch streamers. So let's just say it made an impression. And I started to come around. When I started to keep up with his streams, and eventually even joined his community to keep up. That's also when I eventually met Reddking himself, Roman. The details are a bit fuzzy because my memory, got bad. Eventually, don't remember too much because a lot went on, but I had some good times.
Say add on to that, most most of us, I know I think I already said this already, but yeah, most of us probably wouldn't have met each other. I know before I met Red, I kind of met Tony because I server hopped a little bit, so I kind of met Tony, but the people I hang out with the most, like Coffee, Iron, at first Blacklight, we literally we wouldn't have been there without Roman's, I'll say Roman, without Roman's successful server. So
yeah.
If we're being honest,
Yeah.
I think Red Room's the most successful server on SL because it has lasted through Mega Patch 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Mega Patch
Yeah.
2 killed a ton of servers.
Yeah, for real. Red
Forget
Room
the
has been
Phobia
like, up there as like one of the top
Yeah,
SCP
one of
streams.
the-
And
one of the
not just
big
opinion
ones.
wise, but like just consistent like alive servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Why
it's like all the time gaming, Dr. Bright, and Red Room were like the top three that's still alive.
But
Oh
I
yeah, and
joined, it was-
Ultimate.
there was
Mhm.
one.
Well,
there was
at least
one
on the
Red Room.
US side. I don't know about other sides.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of SL, staff are also coming onto the server from time to time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine
Not
one
any
day.
staff, but
And it's a shame that Red King may never see the day when Hubert himself joins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, little red
Hi,
sister
Little.
joined.
Yeah.
Hi, Little.
Hi, Little.
Hi.
Hey, Ella.
Tony,
think
do
it's
you
Tiny
want to
Tony's
say?
turn.
Yeah, Tony, do you want to say what you want to say?
Yeah, it's the very end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I know most of you. I don't know all of you, but I never personally knew Red, so like, I mean like, I knew of the server. I never really played on it. I know of him. Never talked to him though. But from what I can gather from what you guys have told me and watching you guys talk and give your best moments and best things that you've had up in your head with him and whatnot, I can probably say I think he's probably one of the coolest dudes I would have probably liked to have a good conversation with. And you know, a lot of things I've never really personally dealt with death in my life, so I don't know how to really feel about it. That's just something I've
I mean, I've
almost
dealt
there,
with
but
I've dealt
you
with
know,
it multiple times when it comes
it
to
sucks,
like older
and
family members.
Yeah.
But like the death of like a close friend that isn't even that like that
Yeah,
was like 18,
that's-
19. It's just that
Yeah,
never
that
happened
sucks.
to me.
He's young.
1 year older than me,
Yeah.
which is kind of like eye opening.
but
Wait, me?
you know, I think the
No,
best thing out of all
me.
this though is you
Oh.
guys cherish the little things with him, and that's honestly like I can vibe with that, dude. I think that was really cool. Out
Hell,
of all
I'll
out of
yeah.
all the things, you know, you guys even I don't know what his name is, the Scarlet
Roman.
King, the Scarlet King. Like
Yeah.
that's just like a little minor detail for yourself, but you remembered that and you cherished it. And that's really cool, man. I like that a lot. And I think you guys are a really great group of people. And I wouldn't doubt that Red was a really great person and really had a really good community. I only ever played on his server once or twice. This is probably my second time, and because I was so stuck to one server for such a long time. So
Hell, yeah. Hell, I'll even take it one step further. The current project with one of my friends that's like SCP related that I've been working on, that might have never happened if it weren't for Red and this whole community getting me into SCP. Like I'll even say that, but it's just it's I don't know.
but yeah, that's all I really have to say. I think you guys are awesome, honestly. From all I got in me, I think you guys are really fucking great. Excuse my language, but
That's surprising.
Don't, I swear all the
but-
time. Don't worry.
Dude, I have a prolific
but,
swear.
you know,
I have a prolific swear.
I got.
bubble.
I want
have
to.
worse than the
I'm waiting
group.
for Iron to put his headset back
Ah,
on.
fuck.
Yo,
Yeah,
Iron, dude. Hey, Iron.
Yeah.
You good, brother? You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, man. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
It was really good what you did, man. Don't ever hold it in. I like that. I respect that. You're a good guy, man.
Yeah.
I need to get to know you more. You and Coffee. I've rated you guys, I think once or twice now, and I need to get to know you guys some more.
Aw.
Coffee, I want to get to know you too, man. You seem pretty chill.
Hey, thanks, guys. I just think you guys are here.
Hey, Little, do you have anything you want to say at all?
Yeah, Little. I know this must be really hard for you and your family, but do you have any words?
My dad is taking most of the he's not really coping that well, but he's liked all the messages that you've sent to his account. He appreciates it a lot.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Great man.
It was nice hearing you
Yeah,
talk.
he was a
Thank you.
he was a good friend. He's really something.
Yeah.
Before we end this, Jar Jar made a little thing for us. If you guys would like to take a look at my screen, hold on.
Let's take a little peek, Jar Jar.
You made a little bit of a
Just in the
memorial
process
thing.
of making a drawing, like a memorial drawing, but
Take a
just
little
saying
peek.
here.
Come on, don't lie on me now.
See.
All right. I know my stream's not gonna be able to see my face, but it's cool.
all right.
I'll be fine with that.
Where is it?
It's did I
I
I can see it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I can see it. I can see it pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Dude.
Too soon.